Hey everyone, welcome back to the Hoosier Garage, and our dilemma is steering boxes. And you're looking at three different steering boxes, two not totally different. That would be these two manuals, and there's a power steering box. This is what came out of the 72 Dodge B200 van, which is a 3/4 ton truck basically. And if you look at the cover here, compare it to this one, when you see the radiation type logo here kind of cast into this cover, that tells you it's the Chrysler large sector manual steering box. You're going to see these in the vans like I mentioned, or you're going to see them in like a C-body Mopar, which would be like a Plymouth Fury or a Dodge Monaco or a Polara. Any of the larger vehicles like the Chrysler Newport even. So larger vehicles, so it's got a larger sector shaft. And when I say sector shaft, it's this piece right here. On this one, it's almost 1.25 inches in diameter right here. Not quite, but that's the ballpark of it. Okay, so it's a little bit more of a heavy-duty situation. And the difference with this one here, other than the cover tipping you off, is it is called the small sector. So this one is not quite 1.25 inches. It's maybe just a hair over an inch, without getting too technical. So this applies more to like A, B, E body cars, and that's what this would be found in. Now this one came out of the Duster, which is out back, and it wasn't until I got it out that I realized, oh wait, there was a sector difference on these, and I happen to have the larger one from the van. So I don't think that this would necessarily officially work. I mean, it might, but your pitman arm is going to be the struggle there. Is there a pitman arm that would swap over from this size to that one? Because being that the sector's larger, it's just going to flop around on this one. So I don't know if there was another correctly shaped one that would fit the van, and you could use this, because this one's in great shape. It turns really nice, nice and firm. It's smooth from lock to lock. This one's a different situation. The reason it's out, this bearing is slipping out here, this cover is popping out, and when we turn it, you can it actually jams up right there before it hits the lock, and it sounds worn out. It just sounds like it's got sand. Plus we have a lot of play in the shaft right there on the top, whereas this one has no play. And so it needs to be addressed. Either needs to be replaced or rebuilt. Now I thought, well, let's see if there's a replacement. So I checked out Napa. They show a part number for this one for the application, but when you go in there to order it, they do not carry it. I like the price that they had on it though, if it would exist, which why do they show it? I don't know. With the core, if I took this in and got another one, it would have only cost me about $115. Okay. I could have lived with that. I was ready to do it, but no dice. So another option, do we want to go power steering? If we did power steering, first thing you'd have to do is cut the shaft on your steering column, which is right here. And to be, a rough measurement would be about 2.5 inches. You'd have to relocate the pin back above that, and then get a power steering coupler to fit that, because the part up here, the coupler spline, is much smaller than on the manual. So this runs, let's see, it's about 3/4 roughly here, if you just measure it across the top. This one over here is about 5/8. They don't interchange, so you'd have to get another coupler. You'd have to get a power steering reservoir, which I do have. You'd have to get the pulley on it to be correct, which I think the one I have is right. But I have the reservoir. The brackets are for a big block, so I need small block. The crank pulley would have to be changed, and then of course you'd have to get your lines to swap it over. So you'd have to do a lot of parts hunting to make this setup work, and then you might end up having to rebuild this one. It feels pretty smooth, but it feels very loose at the same time. It needs a valve on it, so you're just going to have to get a lot of parts to make that one work. As far as this one, the options are you can get a rebuild kit from Firmfield, or you can have them rebuild it, but it's several $100s to have them do it. If we do it ourselves, I do have the service manual information on it, So we can do it. And I think you get the worm gear, the bearings, and then the seals. Never rebuilt one of these, but like I said, we do have the factory service manual on how to do it. And so I'm just kind of at a crossroads now. What should I do? What do you think I should do? Give me your opinions. Love to hear it. And maybe we can get going in the right direction here with this thing and get it sealed up. And then here in a few months, maybe we'll go ahead and build the front end steering around it, and hopefully be ready to run in the spring. So thanks for visiting Hoosier Garage. Make sure you check out the stuff below in the description. And I'm just going to think more on this while you all think with me. So.
We hope you've enjoyed the preceding short feature.